we're going to solve the application problem for Module 5, Lesson 3. Our standard today is adding and subtracting within 100. Our objective is I can add and subtract using strategies based on place value. Our vocabulary is subtract, to take one number away from another, and difference, the result of subtracting one number from another. It's important to remember that unlike addition, when we subtract, we must put the largest number first, followed by the smaller number. Our mathematical practices today are number 2, think about math. I can think about words, numbers, and symbols to solve a problem. And number 4, model math. I can show my work in many different ways. So here's our application problem. Rose draws 6 triangles. Maria draws 7 triangles. How many more triangles does Maria have than Rose? Let's read it again, and this time let's annotate it. Rose draws 6 triangles. I circled the 6 because that's a number, and I underlined triangles to keep in mind that that's the object I'm working with today. Maria draws 7 triangles. Again, I circled 7 because that's a number. How many more triangles does Maria have than Rose? I underlined the phrase, how many more, because if you think back to the time we've had together in class, we learned that how many more means we need to compare. And to compare something, we've learned that we can subtract. Before we solve, let's take a moment to address some misconceptions or things that could easily confuse us. So I'm thinking that our biggest misconception is that if we're working fast and not paying attention, we would see the numbers 6 and 7 and add them together. But again, because we looked closely and we found that phrase, how many more, we know we need to subtract, not add. Now it's your time to solve the problem. Pause this video below so you can have some time to work. I'll read it one more time. Rose draws 6 triangles. Maria draws 7 triangles. How many more triangles does Maria have than Rose? Once you finish solving, unpause the video and we'll go over some solutions next. All right, solution number 1. I compared on a number line. The first way I solved this was to compare the triangles between Rose and Maria. So if you look at my first number line, I did 6 jumps to show that Maria had 6 triangles. On my second number line, I did 7 jumps to show that Maria had 7 triangles. Then I drew a line to help me see the difference between what Maria and Rose had in terms of triangles. I looked at both number lines and saw that Maria had one more jump than Rose. So that means that Maria also had one more triangle than Rose. My number sentence was 7 minus 6 equals 1. Remember, when we subtract, we use the larger number first. In this case, it was 7 for Maria. Solution number 2. I compared using drawings. Here you see I drew 6 triangles for Rose and 7 triangles for Maria. I compared them by crossing out the triangles for Rose and Maria until I had one triangle left over. My number sentence again was 7 minus 6 equals 1. Solution number 3. Share your solution with me. How did you solve your problem? Upload a picture of it on Dojo or a video explaining how you solved your work. Now it's time to write our answer. If you said Maria has one more triangle than Rose, you were correct. Give yourself a pat, pat, pat on the back, back, back for a job well done. Whoop, whoop. Time for our exit ticket. Miss Monroe has 9 donuts. Miss Alexander has 4 donuts. How many more donuts does Miss Monroe have than Miss Alexander? Use RDW to solve the problem. Pause the video here so you can work. Great, now that you've solved your problem, upload your answer to Dojo and explain how you solved your work. Great job, first grade. See you later.